All right, here we are. We have this all cleaned up, the radiator taken out. We're focusing on the water pump, thermostat housing. I ordered a new water pump. I came in right here. I ordered it from Rock Auto. Rock Auto. The cool part about this water pump is I ordered it. I ordered it on like March 28th, and it came like April 1st, which is crazy fast for the mail. It came in the mail. Let's just open it up and see if it's the right one. Make sure it's for a 235. Oh, there it is. In a nice little box. Sorry about my finger. Hope it's the right one. We'll just pull it out and see what it looks like. Well, it might be a little bit different. This one only has one. It only has one hole. This one has two. But I think it'll still work. That only has one. The bolt line up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They look like the bolts line up. But this one only has one heater core line on it. The old one always has one heater core line, and the other one goes up here. This one has two ports for the heater core. Suppose you just plug one out or whatever, and then it holds 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks close. I'll take it out of the wrapper and we'll look at it a little bit more. I'm wondering if I should paint this just to doll it up a little bit. Put some lipstick on a pig. This water pump was, I think, like 60 bucks from Rock Auto, and with freight and everything, it was $86. Let's pop her out of here and look at it a little bit better. Sorry about the camera work, but kind of hard to do this by yourself. Well, it looks close. She looks close. Let's look at the gaskets in there, see what they say they are. Got one gasket. What the heck? Oh, it's got the water things too. The jacket plugs. So a guy can just plug it off, which I probably will do that. I just plug it or run a loop because the heater core is bad on this car. So yeah, there's just a little look. Rock Auto. I don't know if I can say Rock Auto on here. They sent me this cool little refrigerator magnet. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto. Fast shipping. It took, March 28th, 29th. It's here by April 1st, which is on a Monday, which that's pretty good. This will be the first thing of us putting this water pump in this car. We just got to make sure we got everything right and lined up and it works. And it looks like it's a long shaft. It almost looks like there's a bolt line up on the thing, but maybe I'll grab that and see if that works. See how this lines up. The belt, see if it goes onto it. Well, that looks like that'll work. Of course, it's pretty close to it though. Do I have that on backwards? No, I don't think I do. It must just go that close to that water pump. Oh, there it is. Yep, the bolt holes line up, so that's good. So it looks like it's going to work. I'll get in more detail when we start slapping them together, and I'll get some gasket sealer and RTV and whatever the heck it is, and slam it on there, and we'll go from there. All right, we're going to work on this water pump. This one has two holes in it. The other one had one. One's got a plug. The other one's got an open. So we're kind of run a water line from there up to the thermostat. But this is the water pump. I'm looking for some. This one, not so bad. This one, I poked a lot of holes in to get to work. And this one, solid as a rock. So hopefully we can use this RTV or whatever the heck you call it, this black stuff, smeared on my gasket and get this baby put back together. We got her cleaned off pretty darn nice. It's cleaned up good. We're just gonna RTV it up. We don't have any antifreeze or anything, but we're gonna RTV that up. We're gonna do that. And then we're just gonna run this outline down to that other one with the little hose. And this is the start of this video. We're gonna get her back together. Look at all the crud down here. She's deep. I'm gonna try to scoop this out. I mean, to get a little hand scoop or something, or a spoon or something. But there's a lot of grease and gunk and 70 years probably of crud down there. So we'll cut back once we get this back together. We'll give you a look then and see what you think. All right, I put a little bit of gasket sealer on here. I got a light coat on there. We're gonna set this on there. We're just gonna get it pressed down. And then we're gonna install it on the 56. I'll probably put more on the back side of this. I'll let this set up for a little bit. Let it set up a little bit. I'll put a little bit more on the back, or I'll put it on the actual car, and then we'll bolt it together. Hopefully that'll be good as gold. I'll snug them down a little bit. Yeah, hopefully that's all it takes. I got the water jackets in, or the heater line things in over here, if you can see them down there. Yeah, so next step, I'm going to put her back on the car. I'll show you what I did with that. I'm going to put a little bit of same thing on here. I'm just going to smear a little gasket sealer all the way around on all this, all around the ports and everything. I don't know if it really needs it, but I think it's just a good thing, because once that stuff sets up, it usually is pretty dang gold, and I use it on a lot of things, and it's good stuff. So we'll be back once we get it bolted on and show you then. The one thing they don't show you on this pump is that it rubs right there. I ground a little off. It rubs down on the timing chain cover down there. It's pretty thin, so we got to grind that nub right there. That one right there, that little bump sticks out. So I'm trying to cut it down a little bit with the grinder and make sure it'll slide in there. That's a little tricky. All right, I got the water pump in this bad boy right down there. And you see, you got to grind that nut about that bolt off about that far to get by that timing chain cover, which made it kind of a bee, you know what I mean? But now we got her back together. We're gonna do a little bit of cleaning on the front of this. I mean, it's gonna be a while before this thing's back up and running, because we gotta clean. But I'm gonna show you what I did with the, pretty cool what I did with the fan and that. I painted it up a little bit, and I'll show you when I get it back together what it looks like. I'm gonna have the fan in pretty red, and it's pretty nifty. I need to do this yet. I need to do this housing up here. Down in there, she's kind of dirty, but we're gonna clean that up, and we're gonna, it looks like it's got a gasket on it. We might just use that gasket right there and put a little bit of RTV on there and seal it in and put it back on, and away we go. I'm not gonna put the thermostat in yet, because I'm just probably not, this is probably not the first cooling system video. We're probably gonna have to do more, because I want to flush it, probably clean it, and just get her sharp. You know what I mean? It runs sharp, so let's make her run and look good and run sharp. All right, we shot a little red paint on the fan and on the belt pulley thing, and we're gonna paint them up nice and red before we put this all back together. So just, you know, while I got time. You know, I missed a few parts for the water pump. I need to get a little bit of hose and this and that, but I'm gonna pretty that up a little bit so we can put a little lipstick on that there. All right, that's a whole lot of grease I got out from underneath that balancer. That's a lot of grease. That's what it's looking like now. But you can see there's a little valley down there. You can't really see it, but there's a valley where that oil should run out of. So probably should pressure wash this baby off. This is what the fan looks like. Kind of dolled her up a little bit, polished this little pig. There's the ports. We're getting closer. We're just going to run a loop to that, the radiator in there, tighten the belt, and the antifreeze, and that should help a lot. And then on to probably the brakes, because we know she runs like a champ. Probably need to put a little gas in it, because I haven't done that for a while. And get these cool horns hooked up, because that's going to be important. I know you guys all want to hear them go. So next thing, probably get that loop built on there and get the radiator in. All right, we got the water pump put back in this 56. That's how much crud was in that underneath that harmonic balancer. We still got water on the floor. I don't believe it's coming from the water pump. The water pump looks great. We'll start this baby up. I think the radiator's got a little leak in it. I don't know if we could put some silver seal on that. People still do that. I love that stuff, but she fires right off like a brand new car. Oh, isn't that pretty? Brand new water pump, no leaking, fans all pretty. Now he's gonna come up with a new radiator. I just eliminated the thermostat on this. I'll probably put one back in it. I just want to make sure I get all this going. There's water circulating. I don't know if you can see that. We got a little circulation, but we do got a little leak in the radiator. I put straight water in it. I know everybody loves that. I put straight water in it because I'm going to keep it inside. As it's leaking, I didn't want to put antifreeze in it because this is my problem right here. If it all leaks out, then I got to buy more antifreeze. So it's straight water in here, which will be good because I'm going to warm it up, flush the system. Once the system's flush, we'll get the proper amount of antifreeze in here. And yeah, listen to that baby run. Hammer Mechanic 101. She sounds sweet. Like I said, I'm probably gonna drop the oil again because I had to use the old filter. Probably gonna buy a new oil filter and get new oil in it, price 1040. Yeah. Next step's probably gonna be the brakes. Might pull this master cylinder off, see if we can rebuild it. Might be some O-rings in it. I think it's about 60 to 100 bucks that master cylinder. It's got a weird nut, and the nut's on the outside of that, so I'll show you the loop I made. The heater core shot. I just made a loop around right here. Nice little rod, baby. All right, I hooked the master cylinder right there on that nut. I'm gonna put a plug in there and see. I felt like it shot some fluid out when I stepped down, so maybe the master cylinder is not bad. I'm gonna pump, see if there's air in it. Pump it a little bit, see if I get some pressure with a little nut on it, and then we'll try to whittle it back on. See, all the bleeders did open up on this, so you know, maybe it's just. We'll see if we can get the master cylinder just to pump up with the plug in there. We'll come back and tell you what I think. Okay, I'm in the car. I got a plug in the master cylinder, and I get pedal. So that's a good sign. It's not going all the way to the floor. So I think I'm gonna get the air out of that master cylinder like this, like that. And I'm gonna come out here. I don't think the master cylinder is bad in this car. I think it's just, you know, sat for a long time without a juice. So I plugged it, I pumped the air. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take that off, hook it back up, see if I can get some air through the lines or some fluid through the lines. I might have to shut them all off because I do have them all open because I just tried to make sure they would open. So might have to hook this back up. Maybe I should go shut the bleeders first, then hook this back up and see if I get any pressure. All right, rebuilds, we're back after this car a little bit. Took a little break, we did a little work. Well, we never could take a break in an old car like this. I'm just gonna show you what we got done so far with this car. We got a little bit of the mouth smell out of it. It smells a lot better. This is the front look of this car. We did put a water pump in the video, as you've seen. We have a radiator on order, which should be, it was like 130 bucks, an aluminum one. It should be here for 55, 6, and 7. Yeah, let's take a little gander. I did a little bit of rubbing on it with some buffing. Not on this side. This side looks pretty dull, but I buffed on this side just to see what the paint would do with the oxidation. It looks like this. There's the back, which I rubbed. Come out not bad. I mean, I'm gonna do the whole car probably sooner or later. I'm just showing you the different stages I got here. Okay, I'm gonna wet sand this whole car down. The outside body, I'm gonna wet sand it with this paper right here. It's 400 wet dry sandpaper. I'm gonna wet sand it, and I'm gonna take that Meguiar's buffer, and I'm gonna buff it. I did this side already. Boy, you can sure tell the difference. Really makes that car look a lot better. That front fender looked green, but it is green, but it's like mold on the front. So this side come out pretty darn nice. Take a look at that. And that's just probably a half-hour of work. So I'm gonna keep working on it, and I'm gonna wet sand, box sand the hood, top, trunk, and the other side. And I'm gonna buff it with my buffer, my Porter buffer there. And yeah, she's looking really sharp. All right, I just got done with the buffer. Went over the whole car. She's starting to sprinkle a little bit out. But this is what we got. It all looks blue. That green in the front was just creeping crud. I don't know, mold. But we got her. This side, she's a little rough. But you know what? This car's got a lot of stories to tell. I mean, I think you just leave it like this and she's a survivor. We'll get the caps on this side. Maybe we're gonna try to jack this bumper and tweak this back up in the shape. Could probably buy a fender and a bumper and a grill, and that's up to them. But sure, she buffed out pretty good. She'll look pretty good. She's queen. She's got a black eye right there. But everybody gets punched in the face once in a while, but you don't let that hold against you. She's still a pretty old car. I got the 2 hubcaps on. This one's, the back one's really bad. It's all dinged up and dented up. It's missing 2 of them. I got 4 good tires on 205 15s. Really looks blue in the picture, but the car actually looks more like a turquoise green. Tires are good. Show you what I did in the trunk. Put a spare in there, brand new spare, mounted in. Pretty sharp. We're getting close. We're getting close, folks. This car's gonna be, she's gonna be driving down the road here not too long. Let's go back onto this side. Good tires on it. We need just need a couple of them nice moonbeam hubcaps. Car really runs nice. Show you what I did on the inside. The mouse smell. I had a lot of people give me good comments on it, this and that. Finally, I sprayed it. We rubberized bed liner on the floors. Jump in here. We did the floors, are showing through a little bit already, but cleaned it up a lot. We put a nice new boot on the shifter, make it look a little bit better. Ooh. Found some seats out at the crusher guy, out of the, these are just temporary. These are just temporary seats. I have the originals in the back of the International, but these are pretty cool. They came out of an 85 or 86 little Ranger, that little flipper downer. I just tacked them in, shot a couple welds on them just to keep temporary so a guy can drive it. We'll go to the other side, look at the other side. Yeah, we're getting close. I mean, if this guy wants to do the interior, he can take the seats to somewhere else and he can get the whole interior redone. We'll flip this up. We'll put a little mat back here, do a little rhinoing back here, rubberizing. The seat covers most of this. She smells way better in here. Flip this back. There you have it. Not too bad, folks. We're getting really close to the home stretch. We're about ready for brakes. So basically she's going to need some brake work, and then she's going to need brake work, and I got to put the radiator in when I get it in next week. I put a couple rubber stubs on there until I get some wipers so I don't want to scratch the windows on it. I know this car looks pretty rough, but I don't know, she's sure a good runner. So we'll stop there. We put a water pump in. Click subscribe, like if you like this stuff, if you like these old cars. Follow with me till the end of this car. The owner looked at it. Our owner's son looked at it, and he was ready to take her home already. And I said, yeah, give me a little more time. Let me get her buffed out and cleaned up a little bit better, get all the caps and rings on it, and yeah, she's gonna be cool. We're gonna take her for a road test. Probably the next video will be the radiator getting put in it, and making sure all the thermostats and everything are legit, and then we're probably gonna go for a little drive. So stay tuned, keep posting comments, like, click, share, because we're gonna go to town with this baby. Thanks.